2-Minute Talk.
We're speaking with Craig Kennedy, who is the co-founder of AccessAnything.net, the source for adventure travel guides, several adaptive recreational sports camps, and travel products for people with disabilities and the elderly. What was your motivation for starting AccessAnything.net, Craig? What's your background?
Actually, I broke my back skiing here in Steamboat about 15 years ago. Broke 9 vertebrae and paralyzed basically from the waist down. For my 30th birthday, we went to Alaska, and for months we did research and phone calls. And after everybody said, yep, definitely everything's accessible, well, we got there, and of course we had problems.
You mentioned people with disabilities spend more than $13.6 billion a year on travel, and they would spend double that amount if their access needs would be met. What are the biggest obstacles?
It starts really just with getting into a building. It starts with the front door, and if you make that accessible, then people will come into your store. It's an amazing statistic, and the fact that we spend that much money and there's that much money just sitting out there to be spent should be motivation enough for people to, just do basic fixes. Make your front door accessible, make your restroom accessible once people are inside. Those are really the 2 biggest obstacles that we consistently run into.
Now, AccessAnything.net sells travel guides. What would we find inside the travel guide?
Well, the first guide is a Colorado travel guide, much like a Frommer's or a Fodor's you'd pick up. So actually it's good for all people, not just people with disabilities. But once you get in there, it describes all the adaptive programs in Colorado, small towns, big cities, places to stay, everything from motels to bed and breakfast to large arenas like where the Rockies play. So a little of everything, and it's all Colorado. It's got scenic drives. The other book is more of a motivational information guide. It's got 45 sports and activities that are adapted for people with disabilities. Tells you all about them and where to get info. And then there's 6 interviews with some of the top adaptive athletes in the world, like Eric Weinmeier, who was the first blind guy to climb Everest. So, the idea was to put all these things in a book, and so people would say, wow, I ought to be able to do at least one of those. And then we threw in some travel tips as well for the different modes of transportation you travel by.
You also co-host some adaptive recreational sports camps. What's involved?
We work with Adaptive Adventures out of Chicago and Denver to co-host these camps and bring people with disabilities into Steamboat who wouldn't normally be able to afford to come to Steamboat for something like this. So we do skiing, we do kids skiing, water skiing, wakeboarding, fly fishing, and hand cycling, mountain biking camps.
For more information, go to AccessAnything.net or 2minutetalk.com. That's the number 2minutetalk.com.